Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk to you about speech sound disorders, what they are, what they mean to me as an educator, and how they affect students in the classroom. So, first, the question is, what is speech sound disorder? If we put it in layman's terms, it's when a child has trouble making certain sounds correctly, which can make their speech hard to understand. So, for example, they might say wabbit instead of rabbit, or they may leave sounds off at the end of words. We know that every small kid makes mistakes as they're learning to talk, but when those mistakes continue past the age where we would expect them to grow out of it, that's when it might be considered a disorder, and that might be when we start seeking intervention. Some children have trouble with articulation, which is just the physical making of the word or sound, while other students might struggle with phonological issues where they just don't fully understand the rules of how sounds work in a word. As an educator, learning about speech sound disorders has really deepened my understanding of how much communication affects every part of students' life. Before, I mostly thought of speech problems as just like a minor hurdle, and now I'm seeing that they have a much bigger impact on students. I'm starting to realize the impact it has on confidence, their relationship building skills, and even when they're younger or even older, because I teach high school, the struggles of reading and writing. Reading through the discussions and materials and hearing others' perspectives made me feel more empathetic, and also more aware of how important it is to notice signs early and connect students with the right support. If we can catch it early, we can help support it a lot earlier. Honestly, it made me reflect on my own school experience, and wonder if some of my quietest kids were struggling with something like this without anybody noticing. For students, having a speech sound disorder can feel really frustrating or even embarrassing. I see a lot of that teaching high school. They might shy away from speaking in class, or if they're in younger grades, they might not want to play with friends because they're just worried about being teased. Um, we know that that can hurt their self esteem and even affect their social development. Academically, it can make it harder to participate or to express what they know because they don't want to speak up in class. And that can even affect the learning of reading and spelling because speech and literacy are connected. But with the right support, I think the story can change completely. I think early intervention and a supportive classroom can help students make huge progress. I think that they can make progress by building confidence and feeling included in these spaces. That's why, as a teacher, I plan and hope to be more mindful on how I react to student speech. And I hope to create a safe space where everyone feels comfortable speaking. And I hope to work more closely with language or speech language pathologists when I need to. I think just being aware and patient can go a long way. Um, Speech sound disorders are just one piece of a child's story. But with the right support from teachers and specialists, I think that students can thrive. So I see it as a part of my role to notice and to care, and then it's also a part of my role to advocate for my students, literally and figuratively. So